Zimbabwe is not ready for general elections scheduled for this year, Finance Minister Tendai Biti has announced. He says the vote will only be credible if electoral lists are updated, several international observers are brought in, and foreign donors pay to organize the vote.
I don't think that we are in a position right now, today, of having a legitimate, credible, sustainable election at the present moment. I think there are a number of things that still needs to be done.
Last month, Zimbabweans approved a new constitution which limits the president's powers. According to the minister, the referendum removed the main barrier to holding an election in the second half of the year.
It's critical that we desist from predatory politics. We move into virtuous circles of inclusivity and that we have an election outcome that is accepted, respected, legitimate and credible. And as long as we don't have that, you have an economy that will continue to underperform.
Despite a growth rate predicted at 5% this year, the country's economic situation is unstable. With a budget of $4 billion USD and a GDP of $12 billion, the country owes more than $10 billion USD to the World Bank, the IMF, and the African Development Bank. As such, Zimbabwe does not have the means to finance the election. According to the minister, the international community will have to finance the organization of the vote.
The international community must accept the obligation on its shoulders. And by the international community, I also include South Africa. I wrote a letter 6 weeks ago and specifically requested electoral funding from the South African government. I also did that to the Angolans because they also have deep pockets. And I hope that South Africa will find it in its wisdom to invest in the Zimbabwean election.
A few weeks ago, the finance minister revealed that the country at one point had only $217 USD left in its public account after paying civil servants. Note that Zimbabwe has one of the richest diamond deposits and paradoxically one of the poorest populations in the world.